Hello and welcome to the second in our series of the Medicine Buddha meditations. These meditations are designed to be used informally and anywhere and can be done in just a few minutes. The purpose of them is really to be able to calm the mind and the heart down if we find ourselves becoming a little bit overwhelmed or suffering from anxiety or maybe having difficulty getting to sleep. It really can be used anywhere, just when things are beginning to become a little bit too much. One of the problems that people experience when coping with anxiety are racing thoughts, which are produced by the anxiety, produced by the emotional state itself, and also perpetuate it. As we know, thinking anxious thoughts means that the heart itself cannot differentiate between a threat that's directly in front of us physically and one that is being imagined. So the more anxious we think, or the more anxious our thinking becomes, then the more adrenaline and cortisol are actually poured into the bloodstream, and physically or physiologically that anxiety is perpetuated, which in turn gives rise to more thoughts of anxiety. And so we find ourselves sort of stuck in a cycle. So what we're trying to do with these series of meditations is to dislodge the focus of attention away from the thinking process and onto what is actually happening in the body. And this ability to be able to move away from the thinking center, as it were, to the physical body itself and the sensations that are arising and passing in the body is part of insight training in Buddhism. In fact, this is very much what's done in Vipassana meditation, those of you who are familiar with it. Now, last time we undertook a practice where we set up the posture of the body, first of all, and then we did a process called full body breathing. And we're going to do the same for this meditation as well, but in addition, on the exhalation, we're going to produce a hum or a humming sound. And the purpose of this sound is to enable it to resonate throughout the torso. And the focus is on the humming or vibration sensation that is arising in the torso whilst we are exhaling and producing the sound. And it's a very relaxing sound. It's rather like, for example, being on if you've ever been on one of those sort of vibrato beds that are used, or massage beds, where they use that sort of shortwave vibration in order to relax the muscles. And we can do the same for our torso and also for our belly and our digestive tract as well. And if you practice it, it's probably a good idea to be able to practice this alone on your own. Otherwise, you can feel self-conscious doing this in front of other people. But if we practice it a few times, we can really feel that vibrating sensation moving through the whole of the torso. And what we're seeking to do is to just relax into that. And what we find is that it's a little bit like providing a sort of a torso massage to ourselves. Anyway, let's get on and begin. So if you remember, the first thing that we do is to actually set up the posture of, in particular, the upper body. And to do this, we imagine that we have a string or a piece of thread that is attached to the top of our head. And we imagine that that thread is being just gently pulled taut. And as it's pulled, it lifts the skull up. And what that does is two things simultaneously. It stretches and lengthens the vertebra of the spine. And it also means that our head, the chin, gets pulled in a little bit as the muscles on the back of the neck become the main support, rather than the muscles underneath the chin. If you just try that for a moment now, just imagine that thread pulling up, the chin comes in, and we can feel the muscles on the back of the neck becoming the main support for the skull. At the same time, hopefully we can feel the spine lengthening, and if the shoulders are rounded, then that should be pulling the shoulders upright once more. It might feel a little bit uncomfortable to begin with if our posture is not used to this. But now just let that go. Just let that go and sort of slump forward again. And you can feel that, in fact, that tension on the back of the neck disappears, and it's the muscles around the front of the neck that are now supporting the head. So just lift that head up once more and feel the chin coming in and the spine lengthening. And if we remember that we go from this then into the breathing, we will exhale and then we'll inhale. And if we remember what we did last time, which was as we inhaled, we visualized the breath entering in through the nose, sweeping down through the shoulders, the chest, the torso, down through the hips, down the thighs, the knees, down into the lower leg and the feet, into the soles of the feet, right into the toes, for that full breath. And then as we exhaled, we imagined the same breath rushing up through the legs, through the hips, through the torso, the chest, and out once more through the nose. And that helped to bring our body and mind together, and that was the full body breathing that we did last week. So this week, what we're going to do is exactly the same thing, but on the exhalation, we're going to sound a hum. For the full exhalation. The mouth should be closed, and obviously the breath comes out through the nose. The vocal cords are vibrating to produce the actual hum. And after we've breathed out, we'll do exactly the same as we did last week. We take a few minutes, or just a few moments just to relax into the sensation of being once more into our bodies. So we'll try that for 6 breaths as we did last time. So to begin with, lift the skull up. That thread is now pulling taut. The chin comes in. It lifts and separates the spine. Just raise and drop the shoulders a couple of times so that we're not holding tension in it. And then exhale. And then inhale. And as we inhale, the breath sweeps down through the chest, through the torso, through the hips, down through the knees, down to the soles of the feet. And exhale. And relax and breathe normally. Did we notice the sensation in the body? Could we feel the vibration actually through the chest, spreading down through the torso? We're going to do this again. And remember to focus on that vibrating sensation in the body. Exhale. Inhale. Sweeps down through the body to the soles of the feet. And relax. And just relax into the body, into the abdomen. Notice that the feeling in the body almost feels like there's a lightness in the body. And again, exhale. Inhale. Down to the soles of the feet. And relax. And just take a moment and exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And relax deeper. Breathe normally. And exhale. Inhale. And relax. And breathe normally. Keep your attention in the body as much as you can. And for the final time, exhale and inhale. That sweeps down through the body, down to the soles of the feet, and relax and breathe normally. And just take a few moments to enjoy being at home in one's own skin. No need to hurry. And with that, our meditation comes to an end. Join us again next time for the next Medicine Buddha meditation.